Welcome back to Maidstone and TrainFever. All our new coaches are heading out onto the route. Let's grab, or you need to turn around and go that way. That'll be perfectly okay. Maidstone might actually become a contender now for a tram system instead of the coaches, given how they run. We'll give it a few years. We're only in 1916, so that could change. We will also speed up here to times 3 just to be safe. Oh, hello. Look at all of these passengers. Are they all happy and waiting? Yeah, they're waiting for 2 lines, so that's okay as far as I'm concerned. Although that may... Oh, yeah, look at that going up as that train pulls in. But towards Sunderland, we've got 75 waiting. What's the capacity running on this line? 85. And we're running 81. So either it might be beneficial to either upgrade those trains or add another train onto this line, but we'll wait and see. Perhaps, given all of this single track lane, we might actually go with upgrading the current trains, or perhaps we might want to wait until we unlock proper electric trains. We do have, if I go in here, have the canter area. I don't remember if I showed that up in the previous video, but certainly we have that available should we want to. We just don't have any stations yet. We also don't have the signalling. There will be some light-based signalling coming in at some point. We don't have that yet neither. If I'm correct, and I close down everything correctly, we can go to the depot at Rye and have a look where we just got the 2 steam trains, but no electrical trains yet. That's yet to come. And that really is when we see the proper big change, is when we go that. So we're really into a very transformative time in terms of the railway. We're moving from steam onto diesel and electric at some point soon. So that is very exciting indeed. What can we do though? Over here we can look into over here by Cromer, where the trams are actually running pretty ragged already. So these are running with 9 passengers. So let's try and go in here and see, put it at 25% and then go with the new ones. Click yeah, and just hope they upgrade here as they pull into these stations. Yeah, they are. They can carry 1 more person, but they're running at twice the speed, I reckon, right? Oh, we just missed that one, but we should be able to see that in the menu anyway when we go into the depot. So yeah, I think they upgraded this line now entirely, so we put it at 100%. Let's see what the speed difference is between... Oh, hello, are you having a moment? No, yeah, so we're pretty much nearly doubling. And we're just 10 kilometers from doubling, so that's pretty decent. So we are moving, not with that much increased capacity, just 1 per tram, but we're seeing a close to double in the speed they're running, which would hopefully help alleviate these problems that we are seeing, but we will wait and see. So right now, for high capacity service, trams are indeed the best option. We got the same capacity as onto the buses, but we can certainly go ahead and add a couple more trams. But we are seeing a massive speed improvement over the buses, so that's nice. Meanwhile, in Rye, we have actually quite a few people waiting. They just went away because they all went on a train. But we have loads of problem here in terms of passenger. Yeah, the problem is that they're going over via this stretch, which really isn't beneficial to us. So if we want to, perhaps we could actually put in a proper bus stop down in this end of town. We can then go in and actually close down all of these. We just go in on the bus, click here, and then instead of having it on Kingsway, we can go ahead and remove Kingsway and add in Maidstone Transfer down here in the... Technically, what part would that be? I don't know because there's no compass, so I'm guessing that is in the southern part, certainly the way we're facing now. Could be the north, east, or west anyway. So let's see if that speeds of the bus progress down here as we go down and we go up. We might want to add in another stop down here on this line just to cover up the stop we removed. But we will hope and see here. I mean, they're already waiting now. They're pulling here and then the next one's coming in. So they're literally running bumper-to-bumper service. Not even the tube in London is running as well as this. So that should say something. What about the passenger numbers though? Will that be adversely affected? So we've got 64 waiting. They could all be waiting to go towards Rye and not towards New Mills or Cromer. Loads of people are waiting here for Sunderland at the moment. And is that a Sunderland train? No, that's a St Ives train. But Sunderland is coming in here. How many are you carrying? You're carrying 81 out of 85. So, can we then please slow down time? Grab this choo-choo train. Right. You pull into the station. Come on, slow it down nice and gentle. We've got a long platform. So we will wait until all of those passengers has gone off the train, send this train to the depot, slap on a couple of new wagons, and be on our merry way. There we go. To depot, please. Thank you. We can actually... No, we don't want to pre-buy it, because that might end up messing everything up more than it was. You, meanwhile, you're coming in here with 40 passengers. And, I mean, we've got 56 waiting on that one, but that might change now that that train's pulling in. So let's see how many you get on. You are loading on how many? You're going... Well, you're going pretty much a lot, actually. You're going to 64 out of 102. So these two trains could pretty much have been swapped out, and that would have been okay. But, oh well, we shall just add on more to that. Meanwhile, here we have quite a low number of passengers. Ilkeston, St. Ives. But that's running actually quite nicely. We might try and extend that one if we can get away with it, which I don't think we can right now. The train has now made it back, though, so we'll prepare over here with some Donner's Bushes. As soon as it does, apparently it does take a wee while. There we go. So by 1, 2, that should be okay with the capacity we're seeing on it. So Rye, Sunderland, get you going here, unless, of course, the other train is pulling in. No, the other train's coming back here with only 25 passengers, so we should hopefully see a decent spacing. But that is pulling at 100 kilometers an hour, so that is a fairly decent line. This train seems to be more suited for the longer stretches that we're doing. It does seem to build up the speed, maintaining it well, rather it seems to maintain its speed well. It just doesn't build it up that quickly. But maybe that's just a part of the whole steam train thing. I don't know. So you're waiting here to pull forwards, but as soon as you get in, we are now in a 1970s cop show, given the music, which I'm entirely pleased about. But we'll wait here for this train, pull in, do the same manoeuvre. We got the high speed going. We just turned a year, so we haven't unlocked anything this year, so we'll have at least a year of service with a new capacity, which is indeed fine. How are you doing? You are running pretty high in terms of capacity. So you're pulling in here. Let's just slow it down to ×2. We'll close down the right menu here so we don't accidentally call the wrong train to depot. So here, let you drop it off and return to depot, please. You're pulling in here with 37, so we might actually want to try and change this up a bit. Because, yeah, we're not really running that to full capacity, I reckon. So you're pulling in here. How old are you? You're 1 year old, so... Okay, let's have a look here on this line. Make sure that it's not set. It is set to that, so let's not have it set to that. That's a bit daft. We have money, and money is not an object for us right about now, but there's no point in pissing it away on unnecessary upgrades. So pop you on here to 119. I think that's what we set the other service for, which is actually putting in here, yeah, 119. So that is ready to return to Rye, Sunderland, and they will be pretty much perfectly spaced out on that line. Oh, yeah, we got some more coach problems in Ilkeston, but we won't care for that right now. What we will do is just check in on this line and making sure that it is running okay. They're not running full on capacity at the moment, but is that... Over here, that might just because we've got enough trains running on this line. That may change over time. Certainly we got people waiting here for a coach. So again, right now it is the trams that are perhaps the best investment for us. Certainly in terms of what we can move. We can move 10 people on the buses at 24 kilometers an hour. But we can't do that on... okay, no, we're at Shoreham, are we? Yes, we are. We're on Shoreham. So yeah, we definitely need to try and update some of this at some point. But I want to try and expand. Or I want to try and actually put this on. Let's try and do a check-in actually on our cargo network. You're pulling out here. How heavily laden are you? Not that heavily laden, and you're coming towards the end of your lifetime. So actually what I want to do perhaps is get rid of that one, because this one has... Well, it doesn't actually have a high attractive effort, but it is a lot cheaper. So we will probably grab that one and put that one on the front instead. So how many of these can we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... And that is actually an improvement over what we have on these and now. I think it might just be the same actually. And then we have... how many cargo can we take? We can take 8 of these. Oh no, hang on. Oil takes a lot more. Okay, that's nice. So oil is actually better in terms of train capacity. Anyway, that's not what we're looking at. The Verbandswagen is at what that's at 8. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might actually want to dismiss these and put on a couple more of the longer wood carriages, or the state cars as they're called. Put on another 2, then add on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 40. We'll go yes, and we'll do 25%. And then, if I am clever me, I will grab this train and send that to the depot once it reaches back to this station. So we're only running one service now on this cargo line. Hopefully the increased speed will be worth it. I don't know finances. We are making a profit, so in my mind, if we're making a profit running 2 trains, we will make even more profit running 1 train. That's a public service kind of thinking in mind, that. So we will make bloody well sure that this pulls into station. Actually, disregard that pulse. What we will do actually is to go in here, put the vehicle replacement up to 100% so it doesn't upgrade whilst it pulls to a stop here, because I want it to unload its goods. It's very important that we don't mess up the system, which we will do. If we just send it back to depot now, those goods will just go bye-bye, really. They'll just disappear. So let's wait here for it to reach. There we go. Head to depot, please. Thank you. Meanwhile, we can select the other cargo train here, which is actually pulling out. And you are 25 years of service, so let's select the vehicle replacement to 25%. And whilst they chuck themselves out and along here, I'll just make sure that we have upgrades set on the appropriate setup here. Vehicle, no vehicle replacement. Yes, we're going through lots of changes now, so we want to make sure that nothing is at 25%. Coaches and that we can just try and disregard. They're not as expensive. So just making sure nothing here's got that on. You're at 100%. We may want to click in no. Which one was that? That was Rise St. Ives. What about Rise over here? You don't have anything on. So let's watch this train as it pulls in. How much is waiting now? 57. And let's see how big you get. Or you get bigger. Do you get bigger? You are pretty much bang on the size. How can I be so good? How can I be so good? I ask myself, sounding terribly much like Donald Trump. Anyway, we're pulling out here, and you will perhaps manage, well, you'll manage 90 kilometers an hour, running a lot more capacity than we had before. This is twice the capacity in, I think, both cases nearly. On one train that's running faster, or will be running faster. I mean, it's not going to reach its top speed. So it was a smart move to go for the cheaper locomotive. Meanwhile, we can sell the old one, which we won't be needing anymore. That was a good old venerable train that we just got rid of, but that's how life goes. We will try and finish up the lists that we were looking at other lines. So we'll do Shoreham by name. You're got replacement on, so turn you off. We then have Maidstone over here, vehicle replacement, none for the iron. What about the coal? Vehicle replacement is off for you, and that's the last train line. We got coaches in Sunderland, and we may have to set up some sort of replacement for this. Actually, how old are they? We can just have a look, see here. See, they're 25 years of age, so we can actually look into that, set it at the Mac. Actually, no, just keep it off for now, because they're getting towards the end, so we may... Oh, my word! Passengers are going up now. Are they going up just because it's been a while? They're going between Ilkeston and St. Ives. So, you're not capable at all of carrying the number of passengers we have running on this line. And that is getting a slight issue going, isn't it? So you're actually being held here because there's another train crossing. So I really don't want to upgrade that one here. I really don't want to. Can we perhaps run a line from here? No, we can't even get the line to follow it alongside here. But we can build another bridge, which apparently is just floating in air. Oh no, it's just got bridge pillar construction on. So yeah, we definitely have some sort of major drama going on here. But if we build it bottom side down and then up here to follow that line... No, it's just not going to work this stretch, is it? So, can we upgrade this line now without it looking terribly off? Which I think is the best way for me to put that. Can we disregard? So here we go, let's try and get it to follow across, making sure we don't actually change the visual impact of the bridge. So the old... No, I don't want to do that, though. I don't want to do that. We have to try and come up with a different solution. Sometimes it's fun to work around problems. And that's what I want to try and do here. So I would love to see if we can't get one service running down across the roadway. But that would look a bit weird, wouldn't it? Yeah, it probably would. So can we build from here? And then build another line running, sort of like following that around? Like if we, over here, extend this one just a bit. Where is it? It's there. Oh no, it doesn't really want to play ball with me, but I would like to try and do another line running over. Maybe if we build it on the other side, we can do 2 bridges over, which would look cool, I think. Anyway, we'll come back to that a bit later on. We might want to try and increase the capacity on the line instead of buying into all of that. So have you loaded? You have loaded with 84 out of 85 passengers. So you'll be the first one who'll be called in to replace some of your carriages. Or rather not replace, but add on certainly. To speed up time here, we'll put them in one by one into this depot. And this is where this setup doesn't really work so well. I might hopefully be able to extend them quite long so we can run a less service or fewer trains but with bigger capacity. That is the progress we want on this line. This line requires as few trains as possible to run on it, so let's try and do that now. While I try and get this train into the depot, will grab a drink, which I feel like I have deserved for talking for 16 minutes already. So we're getting here to depot, thank you kindly. You are choking out. Are you the right train? Oh god, I hope, yeah, you're the showroom. Good. So that's the right train. You're the one here, pulling out and in. So if I pull this one in, and I pull in the next one, which will admittedly cause a lot of drama. How many are we running on this actually? We're running 4 trains on... No, we're running 3 trains on this service. Right now we're only running 2. We only want to run 2. So if I split this train onto the next train that we can pull in, which is this one, or we basically try and transfer as many of these wagons onto that one as possible, it might work. Let's just speed up time here and allow all of that to happen. We will also at some point unlock high-speed rail lines, which as far as I can work out, only difference is that there are, I believe it's cement or concrete type sleepers on them. That's the only difference. You can also put canteries on them, of course. So this is the next train pulling in here. We will see if we unlock anything when it becomes 1920, which is in just a few days' time. In fact, that may happen while this train unloads, because it takes multiple days to unload a train. Yes, it does, certainly in video games. Let's wait here and see. Ticking down, ticking down, ticking down, ticking down, ticking down. Quite slowly, in fact. There we go. I think we just got a couple of passengers on board, but we'll just have to take it. Let's just wait. It's New Year's Day. No, not New Year's Day. Christmas Day. Year change. Oh, yeah. We unlocked something. What did we unlock? Anything exciting? It's a new type of tram. Type T1. I'm guessing the T is for type, so it's type 1. But whatever, we will go ahead and speed up time and pull into the station. Thank you. Or depot, rather. And let's just select... No, hello. No, I want to select this train so we can follow it here in terms of capacity. So we want to put it at 150... Actually, let's just put it on here with 170 and put it on Ilkeston St. Ives if we can. Ilkeston St. Ives, please. Thank you. And then we can pull in this train here and just buy a couple more wagons on top of it. The ones that one has cleared. We'll see if it can actually pull out here with the first one, though. You're going that way. I didn't expect you to go that way, but okay. We will try and send the other one over to Ilkeston then, if we can. You're all chugging along nicely. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, so you're running with full capacity. That's fine. So it's 170 we need to put it at. I will forget that when it comes round to it, but that's okay. We'll just try and double the capacity. So halt you and let you empty yourself out. We'll do the same procedure here. It's been upgraded, but it's heading towards St. Ives, sadly, so I just turned that around. The other train has actually just pulled into the station up here, running with 150 out of 170. So if I actually reselect this train up here and we just get it to stop, we can then wait for the other train here to pull into its station, as it is doing now. We'll go ahead and we'll load this one and let it set off from the station, as we have just done here. And start them now, so they should sort of work themselves out. But a lot of people are waiting. Why did you took on everybody there? That's okay then. So I'm hoping that it'll be okay now, but I don't know. This will be a bottleneck then for the foreseeable future unless we run a completely new line. That sort of... I mean, we can't really run a line through this valley in any other way. No, there's no other way of doing it, I think. That would actually work. So, yeah, that's what we have. What about this goods line? How are you running in terms of capacity? We just missed you out. You're 19 years of age. So you are pulling down here. How much are you actually picking up? Picking up 50. That's okay then. You're pulling in 50 there. Running you over. This is becoming quite beneficial for us. Do we have any cargo going to Maidstone? We got a little bit going there, but nothing impressive really. So do we want to... Okay, actually bringing up stuff there as well. Yeah, okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, let's have a look at the whole coach thing over here, because it doesn't seem to have upgraded itself at all, actually. So stop you here. We will delete vehicles in the way. Great. So let's try and see if we can't speed it up here, or they're just going to keep coming, aren't they? So what we will have to do, instead of deleting, we'll grab this vehicle, get it to stop, and wait for that vehicle to pull out. Unfortunately, this will cause some problems for us, but we will put in a type of stop here. We had the big one, didn't we? Yes, we did. So we can put in the big one here with tram lines. We can then go in and upgrade the roadway with electric tram tracks on top and do that pretty much all the way down through the town. So we got the higher capacity, much higher capacity in fact. Oh, apparently it can't do it over the bridge here, so we need to completely demolish the bridge, which will probably be buildings are in the way, so we'll have to just delete this. Sorry, vehicle is in the way, main connection needs bypass first. Right, that is a wee bit annoying. So does that mean that this won't upgrade in any... Okay, now it will, so we just had to delete the buildings. That's okay then. So run you down here. This problem is in here, that the city is developed so skewed. We are on the wrong side technically of the road to actually make this work, but we will try. We've got... Okay. So what we need now is go into Maidstone. Let me try and gather my thoughts in Maidstone. Get every vehicle to return to your station, please. Or to your depot. As soon as you've done that, we'll go ahead and we'll upgrade this station. We just have a few vehicles here that need to pull through. Literally pulled through. They're pulling through that station. Here we will go ahead and pause the game because we don't want to lose this station as such. We just want to upgrade it using this one. So we might want at some point to set up a new line that sort of circles this southern part, maybe running around here to pick up passengers on that stretch, so we service all of that. But for now we won't. Did we build a tram depot yet? No, we didn't. So we should be able to build that right next to the other depot. Literally right next to it. That's fantastic. We can run that through here. We can then close you down, go in here, buy some trams. Let's have a look at the new type 1. We can carry 12 passengers at 60 kilometers an hour. So by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's 120 passengers being transported on Maidstone coach, which we will rename. By clicking here, we'll just call it tram. Tram, thank you kindly. That will be running in. What have we unlocked now? I didn't know we were going into New Year. We've unlocked the first electrical locomotive. It's the Crocodile. It's the CE6-/8-2 Crocodile. Where is the nearest depot? Probably over here in Ilkeston. Let's see what it is. It is this thing here, and it's quite large. It can run at 65 kilometers an hour. But it has a tractive effort of 150 kilonewtons, which is more than anything else we've had. Swiss electric locomotive known as a Crocodile because of the long flat snout and the green colour, mainly for heavy freight trains on sinuous traffic routes, e.g. the Gotthard line. So that is certainly a very high powered thing that works on electrical lines only. But I'm not really that keen on it, don't know where we'd use it. Perhaps this one, if it wasn't for the fact that we could do a lot better. Hang on, and you're just 20 years old, are you? I mean, where can we test out, or rather we want to perhaps try and upgrade this. Right, we can set... no, let's just leave that for now. Let's have a look over here in Maidstone how the trams are running. So you're running at 40. You've just got a single passenger on, but I'm guessing you are fully loaded. Yeah, so it'll take a while for all of this to settle out. They don't seem to be running that smoothly right now, so grab you, even though you're running at full capacity. I know a lot of passengers will be complaining that we are holding up trams, but we need to space them out. They're all sort of pulling into the station all at once. To set you off here, grab another tram, hold it. We need to space them out. It's very important part of public transport management to actually make sure that they're running with a decent spacing. You can't just send everything away at once, which is a bit counterintuitive if you're a passenger. I know I've been in that situation many a times. Actually, when I lived in Copenhagen, the trains... What's going on up here? Oh dear, we have loads of problems. What's happened here, I think, is, as I called it, all of the trams are now pulling into a station. So we now have to try and sort this mess out. So if you run... Oh, that may have been the wrong one. Anyway, can we close you down here? Select this one. Get this one running to... Why are you guys just stopping here? This is not useful in the slightest. You need to run back out of town. As to you. No more trams. No more trams. Delete everything we have open. There's a bus also parked in the way. That's the issue here. Is this bus, which is... Why is that bus non-selectable? There's just a bus sitting here. Is this technically being considered as being out here? So we can just sell all of these buses, right? And that will disappear at some point, won't it? What's going on here? Why have... It's all gone horribly wrong. Let's go in here and see if we can't sort this out. So we just need to sell all of these vehicles. So... You haven't actually been deleted. Why have you not been deleted? Why are you just stuck here at the side of the roadway? I mean, hopefully it'll delete itself at some point when the game realises that it's just stuck here. But it doesn't look so, does it? Can we expand the road in any way? Like go up here into road expansion. Oh no, that is as wide as it gets. Can we... No, we can't do that there because you're just going to crash into the buildings. So can we then... upgrade you so you match in size, perhaps? Has that helped in any way, or has that just made everything a lot worse? So could you please just run, do something here, please? This is a massive problem. Christ, this is a bug, and a bug that I guess can only be fixed by saving and reloading, so that's what I'm going to do. It doesn't look like it has been fixed. It's just sitting there, that little bus. Can we go into... Oh, it doesn't even have any wheels on or anything. And that's just merged in on top of it. Can you please run to depot? Oh, God. It's all gone horribly wrong. Can we go into vehicles then? Go in to see where they are. Anything that's currently assigned to running... we need to select here by... can we go up here and filter by line? Yes, we can. Thank you. So let's go into M for Maidstone and see if there's... No, they're not even running on that. So, where are you and why are you showing up? Oh, we got the first personal private car ownership going on here. Well, that's a problem because we've got a Mack stuck in the road without wheels on. Does it help if we upgrade the road to not running with anything? Like if we just upgrade it to here, will this fix it? No, I'm guessing I'm pretty much... Can we just go into no tram tracks, actually? That's what we want to try and do. So that vehicle is now sitting there. What if we upgrade to tram tracks with electrical on it now? Hang on, that's just moved it. I mean, that's slightly better, isn't it? We can now select this vehicle. It was told to be stopped. It's now running, so we fixed it. Don't know what it took to fix it, but we did. So let's try and upgrade here. Ah, that was a massive pain. Sometimes you do get that though. So let's assign you to Maidstone Tram, please. We now need to try and, at some point, sort out this horrible mess. Let's just make sure that no other tram is going to depot. You need to run at full capacity as much as you possibly can. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're not running with any passengers, so you get to go back. So we at least space it out a little bit. Any trams? We've got 2 trams to get you on running. Get you all running. Where's the first northbound? The first northbound is here, but we're actually holding all of these trams. And we will keep holding them here until we have a decent spacing going. Which is unfortunate for everyone involved, but public transport management, as I just said, isn't just keeping them all running. It's keeping them running at the right times as well. And you can start running now. You're being held in a junction. Don't know if that's going to cause any problems. Let's keep you running out of set junction over here, so no vehicles are being held up too badly. You're pulling in here. You can run now. You're pulling through. Halt you here. Then grab you. Halt you there, please. And then hold this tram. Run that tram. See, now we're getting some spacing going. And we can run this tram. Now we maybe just have to run them here because they're now running in the other direction. They're now being caught up behind this. And we're looking at some capacity problems already, actually. So it looks like we have some decent spacing going on, so we might move all the passengers to the stations now. You're running quite heavily capacitized. That's not a word, but I've just made it up, so now it is. I've got something in my nose. Sorry, just a moment. There we go. Now my noise doesn't feel like it's trying to annoy me. So let's look into perhaps... Oh, okay, we need to actually address this a bit more. Let's just make sure that I'm not jumping to conclusions here. Because I might, but it certainly looks like we are still struggling here, so buy a couple more trams. But now, thankfully, we are up running with high capacity here. 12 passengers, so we can run even more on you. What about in Chroma? How are we looking over here? We are sort of getting some passenger issues as well, but it's not that terrible. So what about the roads? Do we now have road upgrades? No, we still have the old roads. So the fastest we'll be able to go is quite slow. And in fact, if we look over here in Maidstone where we were, I believe we can only run at 20 kilometers an hour on this stretch, which is a problem. So can we upgrade? Well, we are... Oh, we're known to upgrade here, and then we try and see if we can go onto this type of road. Yeah, we can. It'll look a bit weird there, so let's not do it there. And I'm just making sure that we actually run this type of roadway throughout this sector, so we are not slowing down. Yes, we are. What about over here? Are we running the wider type road or the different type of... different type of surface? We can actually see here what kind of there are. This is a cobbled road, but it's with a smoother type of cobble road on the other type. But cobble is not really known for being brilliant, is it? So we will try and go down here and see. I mean, it's very pretty, don't get me wrong. I love a cobble road. I like watching cycling. And all the good spring classics are on cobble roads. So I like that. Oh, look at all these passengers. Blimey. Are you going on which side? Oh, hopefully we're getting off passengers here at Maidstone, please. Yeah, we are. Are we going to actually pick up everybody waiting here? No, we're not. So we are now at another point of problem. Okay. And we got another train coming in here, thankfully. So we may have sorted out one problem, but inadvertently created another one. My nose is killing me right now. Sorry. I'm just fiddling with my nose there, because it's bloody killing me. Well, not literally, of course. Oh, look at all of these people going to Newmill as well. Have we... Oh, you're running the wrong type over here, so that's okay. Let's have a look then. Try and catch up here with Rye, St. Ives and Ilkeston. That's looking okay. They just had to wait there, but that was the downbound train. We got loads of people waiting here, and we got coaches running in all the bloody time. You are now waiting. How old are you as a vehicle? You're getting near the end, so hopefully soon, towards the end here of 1923, we will see a new type of coach that we can swap them out with. Everything's looking good over in Lyd, which is getting quite big, I would suggest. Trains are pulling in, people are getting on, people are getting off, people are using our buses. Meanwhile, in not Southend, I think it's Shoreham in Essex, because I really want it to be. Certainly it just sounds like something that would be in Essex. Anyway, yeah, they're getting on here. They're running with a fair bit of a headway. So, yeah, let's try now and prepare the first line for electric... No, not. Because I'd have to put on a new train, wouldn't I? Yeah, I would. So what about... Here, we've got 2 trains just sitting. Oh, my word. Hang on. I need to pause now because I need to seriously sort out my nose. Okay, let's wait. That is, of course, that's the BOAG. We'll get to that in a moment. I hope my nose situation has sorted itself out. If it hasn't, too bloody bad. Look at this beautiful site where we have one of our lovely steam trains pulling out, heading to Rye St. Ives, followed by another one chewing its way up the hill. Is this not wonderful? Oh, look, there we go, it's going to Sunderland. Hello, let's wave to them. Hello, hello, hello. on the train. Lovely. It's lovely, isn't it? So we got the new bus. Let's go to Ilkeston, have a look at the new bus at our road depot if I can find it, right in the middle of a residential area. I'm not sure they like it. That can carry 11 passengers at 25 kilometers an hour, weighs 5 tons. So all in all, that's actually not really a brilliant upgrade, is it? Like, the trams are definitely the thing to be in right now, so let's do the same here, really. Let's just buy more trams, pause the game. We've got a vehicle in the station. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? And there are more coming out here, so let's just slow down time. And we can actually try and completely redo... Oh, hang on, I'm in the wrong city. So it was Ilkeston we were looking at. Let's go in here and look. So let's select both the lines. I will have to try and pull all of these out of service, which we do using this one here. So Ilkeston coach. We could... No, hello, that's me. There we go, sorted. Now I know when I need to go to New Year's. That's always nice, that dates this video. It's currently the afternoon of the 31st, and I've just found out when I'm supposed to go around for New Year's. It's not really well planned, but it's perfectly okay. So get everything away from Ilkeston in terms of the coach services. So as soon as they've done that, we can go ahead and we can upgrade the station. It will impact service for these residents, but that's okay. We are just sending everything back to their depots. We will also be pausing now that that's left. Vehicle is in the way. Okay, so we will wait. We will wait, we will wait, we will wait. No vehicle in the way. Vehicle in the way. Is that because it's twinned? Not twinned, but linked with Ilkeston transfer. No, it's not. It's just over here on its own. So what vehicle is in the way? Is it the one down the road that's putting out now? Yes, it was. So pause. Delete you. Now we will buy the big station with a tram link because we have room for it, so why not go for it? We are future-proofing the network. We will go with the medium road down here that will allow speeds of up to 40 kilometers an hour. Ooh, fancy that, eh? And we will go over here, run a line, and I think we can do it here down. And I mean, this is not really a brilliant city layout because the station is not where I want it to be. So actually, perhaps instead of doing what I'm doing now, we will go ahead then and choose the smaller section of roadway for this part. Apparently there's a collision, don't know why. I mean, we're trying to literally give you a smaller road, but you don't want it. So we can upgrade you into that, but then we'll have to just upgrade that. Otherwise, I'm not going to live with myself because I have to look at that. So let's put in a tramway leading this direction. And I want this one, even though we've got private car ownership coming in. I want to run this type of tram down this length. I like having it run lengthwise. So let's put this in here. Put you down. It's really messing up with the vehicles, but that'll have to do. And then we can do we'll actually try and extend this road. Just joining you up here. Then we will do one of the actually a small stop there. And then we just go in here again into roadways, and we just try and do tramways all the way down to about here into the station. And then we want to try and run, actually, do we want to run a secondary line? We could actually run a line here. They'll have to cross over here. But now I don't really want to, but what I could, let's extend. Actually, what we could do is have a line running this way into this station and running back out this way. Yeah, I like the idea of that. So extend you down here, connecting up this part, a fairly remote part of town. We can loop it around here so we don't need to put in an expensive stop. We can't put in any stops here unless we link it down here. So we bring in this tram line will run down here. This way we'll do the routes in a moment. And then we can put you into here, run you this way back out. And then put in if you want to, thank you, put in another tram stop down over here by this place. That'll sort of be okay, sorted out in terms of a junction with this road, which the game will hopefully figure out on its own. So let's put in the new stops that we want to do on this stretch. We can have a stop over here. That's okay. Then have another stop immediately off. Okay, we can't have a stop immediately off there, but we can have a stop immediately off there. And then put in another stop on that part. That way we go around in a proper fashion. So let's do these routes. We need to close in here. We need to open up you. We can do Ilkeston Coach. We need to change the name of this entirely. We need to get rid of the one at the front. So we do ILKSTON. No, it's Ilkestone in it. Yeah, it's Ilkestone. Ilkestone. And we'll do a slash. Oh, we'll do a dash actually. We'll do tram 1. Not a half. We don't need a half tram, do we? So we'll go into the other one, Ilkeston coach. We'll do tram 2. Although I should do it with the number first, shouldn't I? I should number the routes, because that's what you do with buses in real life. It would be nice, by the way. I haven't tried the new one. But it would be cool if the stops or the routes actually took the name of what you gave them out here on the front of the vehicles. But that's just a small detail. I don't know if that's in the game. I need to stress that very clearly. Anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll delete the first route here. Start off at Ilkeston Transfer. You will be calling at where? We don't have any stops along this route, so you won't be calling anywhere right now. Put in some stops out of the way, preferably here, for example. And then here again. And then down to perhaps about this place-ish. Then we can add in the stop. So you will start off at Ilkeston Transfer. Run down to North Road, Green Lane, Park Avenue, Queen Street, South Street, Upper Ilkeston, South Street, Queen Street, Park Avenue. Oh, they're all very close together. We might delete Queen Street, actually. That's very close together. No point in serving both of those stops. Then on to... Oh, hang on. That's cocked it up massively, hasn't it? So go down here again. The other side of Park Avenue will be Green Lane. Then it will be North Road and then back to Ilkeston Transfer. That I'm happy with. So Ilkeston Tram 2 will start all the way over in Ilkeston South. So we now know the map orientation. Although technically we don't. That's certainly south. And then you'll be calling at where? Okay, we need to get rid of all the routes that have already been set up here. Delete all of these. Start you off at Ilkeston South, York Road, Victoria Street, Ilkeston Transfer, the Grove Road. That won't be confusing. North Street, Grove Road, the Grove, and then back to Ilkeston Transfer, Victoria Street, York Road, and back to Ilkeston South. Now you're getting yourself a bit confused here, given the route that you're taking, but we can't actually put in a waypoint here, but you'll probably sort yourself out once we put in a tram. Oh, we need a tram depot, don't we? Oh, we can put that, well, we want that somewhere central-ish, don't we? Where it can service both lines fairly easily. Somewhere around here, for example, that would be actually brilliant, because that is right next to the tram line. So put you in here, put you onto an upgrade onto that. We will then buy some of the Type T ones. Buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trams. So that's 120 people that can be moved by tram line 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We can actually go onto speed now because we need them to pull out. You'll service tramway 2. Hopefully that'll all be okay, and I'll grab one of these very quickly. Turn you around, please. Thank you. Don't know if they're going out here on tramway 1. They're just all going out first, one line each. We've got vehicles that needs replacing. Let's have a look at which ones these are. That is over here, that Sunderland coach. Ooh. Okay, yeah, you're actually set to be replaced with that, but let's go in with the Boag, which isn't brilliant, but whatever. We'll sort that out. Then we've got the vehicles in the road depot. Then we've got Lit Coach, which will be neat replacement soon. Then it's actually the Oil Guts train, which we can perhaps do some magic with fairly soon. Oh, look at all the passengers awaiting the tram line. All of these trams are now pulling out. We will need to grab one of these stations. Over here, you didn't pick up anybody, so we'll turn you around immediately and head you out. Even though they're running pretty much back to back now, so they'll hopefully sort themselves out at some point. Can turn you around so you spread yourself out a bit, but there's lots of trams running here now, and we have personal vehicles coming in. Everybody's waiting here. Hopefully this will catch up fairly quickly, right? Well, we got goods vehicles over here. The Benzes are being caught behind the trams, so hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. Oh god, we got loads of passengers waiting, don't we? Yes, we do. You're over here. Yeah, it's all looking okay. This will be a busy stretch of road. Hopefully that won't be too much of a hassle. How are you looking over here? You're running with 24 out of 40. Well, that's okay. You're a good steam locomotive. We'll run you for a very long time. That's looking great. You're still moving over here by road. Why are you running so bloody close together? Oh, that's because you're technically very old. Can we send you around at cargo? How old are you? To be precise, this is the vehicle age. 22, vehicle replacement. Could we change you around to have you done as soon as possible? We need that sorted out, even though we're getting close to the Opel Blitz. I like the Opel Blitz. It's very good. I do not understand why the Germans used them so much. Because they're very good. Legitimately very good vehicles. So this might not be an intelligent move, but it's the one I'm making. Damn it. I think we've had them all through. Certainly we have most through. Right, we got one here that's outstanding. Then we've got the older coaches running here. Saving. We're now into 1925. This is very exciting. We're in such a wonderful time now because everything's changing, everything's upgrading so rapidly. It's an exciting time to have been alive. I wasn't alive at the time. You actually need to go back quite a few generations in my family now, at least. Like, not even my grandparents were alive in 1925. The oldest one that we had was born in 1927, I think, actually. So this would have been my grandparents' parents. I don't know what that is. Is that the great-grandparents? That probably would be the great-grandparents, wouldn't it? Anyway, I think we can buy some more trams, actually, running certainly on the second line. So buy 3 more trams. Ilkeston Tram 2. We'll grab the first one and loop that around as soon as we can. Pull you in here, get you running the other direction as soon as possible, so we spread them out a bit. It's going to be busy on this stretch, I won't lie to you. But I think we've done a fairly decent setup here. How are we looking on the first tram line? You might actually be running okay in terms of capacity. Oh, no, I'm lying. But the trams are literally backing themselves up, pulling in here because the station design and the length of tram. So that's not really what I had hoped. Oh, they're just pulling in here because they're running on the same line. That makes sense. So you're pulling in here, you're loading, and you're now waiting for everyone to sort themselves out. So we may have to try and address that by doing a different kind of station setup at some point. But plenty of people are waiting here. I don't know if I want to group those two together. I should probably look into that, shouldn't I? How are you looking over here with this train? Okay, that's running at half capacity, but that's great. I'm not going to do anything about that. Okay, let's expand, let's expand. Let's not just sit here twiddling our thumbs. Let's try and expand. Instead of just looking here, you're pulling in here, but that's the train pulling in here. That will sort out rising times. So let's try. We need to... Well, if what I want to do... Actually, no, let's try and do a branch line into somewhere like Kenilworth. From... where can we do that from? We can do that from... No, we can't do that from Lyd. That wouldn't really be beneficial. But we could do it from... No, we want to do it from one of the main hubs, and that's... No, see, that's a problem with this stretch. It's sort of in the middle of absolutely nothing. But what we can do is grab Sheffield, run a... Oh, we got new stations, everybody. We got the new type of station that we are unlocking, which is these. They look very different. You'll see them once we plop them down. But we can grab a 3-type platform, do it at 240 metres. We can plop them right down at about here. I think we can actually run it. We even have the new type of train line running here, so let's show this off here, where we have everything being new. So we have here, we can select between the type of crossings, the old traditional non-barriered crossings, or the new barriers with light signs and barriers. Very exciting. It's a high-speed one. We'll plop this one down immediately, with canter areas for electrical surfacing. Pull you over here. I think I've... Okay, you're not actually willing to do that. Why are you not willing to do that? We're willing to do it here, so let's pop you down here and run you to about here. Yeah, that's about right. So we will then extend... We need to be quick on the other end, actually. We're now at 1926, and it's not really working too well for us here, so we can try and do this pretty sharpishly. Over there, we need to run that line over here. So Sheffield will be sort of like a middle stop. We will now run a service between New Mills and Shoreham by name. Then we will be running a new service. We won't even be bothering with the high-speed sleepers on the branch line running up to Kenilworth, just for reasons of, you know, logic, I suppose. We will try and actually keep that on this side of the roadway, but we will run it with electrical lines because we want to try and prepare for it, even though you don't really necessarily do that in real life. We can get it at just about 70 there. So now we need to try and be careful because we are going not really in an ideal situation for trains here. But we will try and make it work, so we can pull you in here over this bit of stretch. Let's pop down a station in Kenilworth first, And let's go to the station setup. Do we have... No, we don't actually have Canter-Aries on this station at all. We can't do that on stations, actually. That's what I meant to say. We want to do that with just a single platform. That'll just be servicing Kenilworth and Sheffield. Run you across here, run it again at 70. I like 70. 70 is a good... Actually, no, we need to do it a bit higher. Let's do it at 80 so we clear this road. Do it with the proper barriers because that might change at some point. Let's just take a moment here to appreciate that's where the rail line is running over there. To sort you out, you're going to be pulling uphill. Though let's not do a bridge on that stretch. Let's just make sure that we're pulling ourselves into service. Can you link up with this, please? Thank you, there you go. You're actually linking up here. Plop you down. So this might just be a single train service that we are running, at least for now. So let's go on the high-speed line. Pop you into existence here and run you over to New Mills at some point. We can run that one out a pretty straight line. It does say 300, but we're not going to get near that on this line. The only trains that can get that quickly are the TGVs, and we are not going to run them on anything really. I haven't found a decent use for the TGVs actually. So yeah, that certainly is a thing. We're now pulling down here towards the water, towards the River Wriggle, which is not really looking brilliant. And we now have the new type of bridges, which I'm not a fan of. That's why we built those bridges first. Let's go with this one, because I think it looks just a little bit better, perhaps, than the old one. Run you across here. The farmer has to find a new fuel, but that's not my problem. Pop you down here. Again, I like to do these at decent round numbers, so do it at about 270. Again, we won't see these speeds, but it's entirely acceptable. So let's bring you around. Okay, what can we do here? Let's try and start off now from the other end. We can try and run that from the farthest platform. No, we won't. Why would we do that? We would run it from the closest platform, wouldn't we? Although it doesn't really matter at all, actually. Let's run it from the farthest platform, so we clear this. And bring you around here into this one. Are you willing to do that? It's going to be quite slow around that bend. So if we delete, can we delete part of this anyway? We can delete part of it, so we'll delete all of it. Grab this one then, extend you to about there. What is your suggestion for this? It's still not brilliant. So grab you, extend you just a tiny bit. Can we get you to be lined up here, there? Yeah. What have we unlocked? Anything exciting? We have unlocked something exciting. A electrical, still not brilliant, you. Let's try and extend this one down a bit more then. To about here-ish. Can we now we can link up here at a fairly decent speed, 78 miles or kilometers an hour, sorry. And this will be running on a dual size over here. We'll extend it out here and just bring it in towards the end. Can we just bring this one in a bit more, or will this... No, it'll just be 81 then, okay. So let's try and extend this all the way over here, because we'll be running between the two cities. Oh, we can actually just end it here, because I already ran it out of the city. And just making sure here, yep, it is linked up, everything is working as intended. You are pulling out of here, so let's just try and actually let's extend the other one. And where is the station? So we need to be bringing it around this way. Thank you. And here we go. Close in here. Let's check out the locomotive once we are ready to set up the new line. Bring you down and have you sorted out and ready for arriving here. Which we will be... Oh, hello. Is there a hill in the way? I think there might be. Are we about to do our first tunnel? We are about to do our first tunnel. So everybody, are you ready for your first tunnel? We want to run this one into platform 2, I believe. So run you into platform 2, right? If you are willing to. Yeah, we're going to do the first tunnel. Can we get it done at... There we go, thank you. Can we then run you onto you? Yes, we can. And then we just try and upgrade this down here. We need to do it, I believe, in 2 sort of setups, right? So you run in here. Now we put down Canter-Aries onto this line. Indeed we do. What about here? We need to also run it into the depot, of course. So what about the other station here in the middle? Do we have Canter-Aries running through the station? We do. That's always nice, of course. So what about over in the other end? Do we have Canter-Aries running into... No, we don't have Canter-Aries over here. So that has been sorted. Let's go and return to the depot then. Actually, we need to do signalling. Let's see here. we have the electronic signalling running as well. That's lovely. Let's have a look at that when we plop it down. Even though this is not really the ideal place for the driver to see it. Here it is. I don't know if they actually work or if they're just a decorative asset. So have a signal here on the bridge. Have a signal here just before the road so we don't obstruct the roadway should we need to stop a train in that area. Do another one here. And another one there. We'll do one at the stations just to be safe. Plop it down and... slight problem. We have perhaps forgotten, I have forgotten to extend the line running over here, but that's okay, that's pretty easily done. Not in the manner that it is suggesting, but certainly in this manner that I am suggesting it to run here. And we can do that merging here at about 70, that's entirely acceptable in terms of speed. Plop down a signal, run back here and try and see. Oh, we don't have any signalling between here, so let's plop down a signal there, and that's good to go. Do the line. Manage a line from you. Shoreham by name. We'll be calling at Sheffield, naturally, and on to New Mills, back to Sheffield, and then back to Shoreham by name. So you'll, of course, be named if we can get control here. Let's load time down. Shore HBN. We'll do a slash and new mill. We'll do a dash. We'll do rail pass. That'll be fine. Entirely acceptable. So let's go down here. Have a look at the newly unlocked train that we have. This is the AE4-/7, a universal locomotive from Switzerland, a very long-lasting thanks to the so-called Buccelli drive. It can run at 100 kilometers an hour, and yeah, it's got loads of tractive effort. So let's go ahead and try it out here on the new passenger service that we're running with Donner's pushes, of course. There will be quite a high capacity. We might as well do that, won't we? 170. Clone that one. Assign the first one on to, where is it? Shoreham by New Mills rail passengers. Thank you. So let's watch it as it pulls out of the depot. Look at it. It's beautiful. Train 21 has reached the end of its lifetime. Is that by any chance any of the cargo trains? It is the oil goods train. So you're pulling in here into station. I don't think anybody would be waiting for you at the moment anyway. I don't think we have anybody there yet. So let's try and wrap this video up by looking at the Cromer goods train over where? Over here perhaps. Yes indeed. So I will pause time and try to upgrade the line. We will only be electrifying it. We won't be bothering with any of the other malarkey. So let's try and electrify this rail line running into the goods station. Running you here. All the way along, it's gone well so far. Into that here. Make sure the crossover is also electrified. That way we don't run into problems. We should probably also electrify the other platform at the refinery, but I'm not going to do that just at the moment. Sort you out here into this. This is all looking good. Close you down. What's your current capacity? It's currently 70 and you're close to hitting it. So let's open up the line. Vehicle replacement. Allow you to run at normal speed. So go into vehicle replacement. Set it up here with the newly unlocked AE. Add you in at the front. And then here we will go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of these. And then goods we will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully that'll run to a decent length. So let's watch this as it pulls into its final station. And what an upgrade from an old Borsig, I think that is. That must be the old Borsig. Into here. Let's just wait and see what it looks like. It's pulling into the station as I'm frantically trying to keep up. We've got auto saving. Come on, come on. No, we don't have auto saving. We just have the ching thing for each month. So bring you in here. That's upgraded into the new type of train. We can carry lots more capacity and we are actually shorter. So that's delightful, isn't it? And let's just listen to it pulling out. It's almost quiet. Certainly electrical trains are a lot quieter than anything else available. And here we have actually the view of two different eras of trains. We have the new technology, the electrical trains pulling just with the steam on the other side. What a shot! This is just fantastic. I'm loving every second of this. How are you doing in terms of capacity? Because you're about to take on a lot of passengers. Let's hope you're okay. Not hope, we can figure it out here by pulling you in here, watching as you pull in. How are you doing in terms of speed? You're doing okay. You're going a lot quicker than you usually were. You're chucking in here. So let's watch this train and see how that's doing. It's dropping off a lot of passengers, but it's picking up quite a few, but it's okay so far. Let's just make sure. Okay, Maidstone is very busy actually. 100, but it's thankfully, hopefully picking up in both directions, right? Yeah, we are looking actually quite okay here, but the trams are actually really busy. In fact, they're very busy actually. That tram's not even keeping up with our requirements, so by just another 2 trams for Maidstone at the moment. We have a single road vehicle waiting here. That was the offending one from earlier, wasn't it? So, we got just one thing to do before we wrap it up for today. Actually, no, let's just... Okay, hello, camera, please wake up, thank you. So how are we looking over here? Because we can probably grab you and assign you to Shoreham New Mills, right? Where's the other train? No, the other train is pulling in here with 3 passengers, but hopefully it'll be okay now that we have the other one coming in. So if I'm smart me, I will let this one just pull out of the station and we will let it sit and wait. So see, it's picked up the passengers. Just halt it here until the other train arrives, which it will at some point. I won't be too optimistic, but we'll just wait it out now. I can see it in the distance. Can you see it? Well, follow my mouth if you can't, because it's chugging along nicely. Coming in here to 1929, everyone. Hello and welcome to, well, 1929, I suppose. So as soon as you're pulling in here, we will be running fairly decently, and the added capacity or the added regularity will help us out anyway. So let's go down here, pull in with you. We just need to run you pretty much as well. Can we get you to run over across the other side of the roadway, please? Yes, you can. So do you across here and build you off to the side with a depot for the little branch line. It would be nice if we could just do a depot with some bumpers at the end, but we can't. And this is all electrified, correct? Yes, I think it is. Even the station is. So let's go in here with this one and do quite a short one. Actually, no. 85, let's do a bit more. 136 seems about right. We don't have a line set up, so let's immediately set up a line. New line, thank you. Running from Sheffield to Kenilworth in the middle of nowhere. So do Sheffield, Kenilworth, Sheffield. I'll do a slash Kenilworth. I'll do a dash. We'll do R pass because it's running out of capacity either way in terms of letters and naming. Open you up here. Set line, we can just click set line all really. So Sheffield to Kenilworth rail passenger service. Hopefully you'll run just fine. We have the new route in, by the way, and they look as such. They've got new lights, they've got new everything. We can even, if we go in here, see the new country lanes, which looks like, well, like country lanes as you would expect, I suppose. So you're pulling out here. You don't have any passengers on you, of course. You're pulling out here, you've got 33, you've got 38, but that'll hopefully come as soon as we also add on more capacities down here with trains or buses and all that. So let's wrap it up for now. Thank you very much for watching this TrainFever. Goodbye.